My name is Nina, and I work at a cloth diaper service called DiaperKind, which is based in New York and New Jersey. We were established in 2009, and since then, we've served thousands of families and kept millions of diapers out of landfills. Today, we're going to talk about how to cloth diaper, the tools and supplies that you need, and why it's an easy choice to make for your family. So the first reason that families often choose cloth diapering is an interest in preserving the environment. Babies go through an average of about 7,000 to 8,000 diapers before they're potty trained, and about 1,800 to 1,700 a year, which is a lot of plastic, a lot of single-use plastic that ends up in landfills. And it's not only the end of the diaper's life where we throw it out into the garbage where it'll probably sit there for 500 years before it decomposes. It's also the production of plastic diapers that parents are concerned about. Each diaper uses about 1 cup of crude oil or petroleum in its production, and there's an additional environmental impacts like trees and transportation that all have to be taken into account when you're producing a plastic single-use diaper. So by choosing cloth diapering, you're reducing the amount of waste that your family is producing, but you're also reducing the amount of single-use products that you're purchasing and that are produced. The second reason that parents often consider cloth diapering is because putting your kids in usually organic cotton is often better than putting them in a less breathable synthetic fabric that a plastic diaper is made out of. And organic cotton is a lot more breathable against their skin, so it reduces the risk of diaper rash because they're less likely to create an environment that's really contained where rash and infection and irritation can occur. The third reason that parents are interested in cloth diapering is because babies who are cloth diapered potty train an average of about a year to a year and a half earlier than babies who are in plastic diapers. And the reason for this is because it's a lot easier to explain to a toddler, usually around 1.5 to 2 years old, that what happens when they go to the bathroom, because they can feel the wetness against their skin in the cotton, as opposed to a plastic single-use diaper where the moisture is all wicked away. And it's a really hard concept to explain to young children, the impact of going to the bathroom if they haven't felt the impact of the wetness against their skin. There are 4 different styles of cloth diapers: all-in-one, pocket, fitted, and pre-fold. The all-in-one diaper and the pocket diaper is where you'll see a cover and the cotton diaper itself attached in some way. You bring them together before you put them on the baby. Whereas the pre-fold and the fitted, you put on a cotton diaper and then you put on a cover. At DiaperKind, we really recommend the pre-fold and the fitted style because we think they're a lot more customizable. You can adjust them to your baby. And we've also found that these are the ones that we can get the cleanest. There are no bells and whistles, they are just fabric. And so it's a lot easier to make sure you're achieving a sanitation level that you're comfortable with when you're using cloth diapering. So this is a pre-fold diaper, which just looks like a piece of cotton with a thicker layer in the middle. So you're going to put the diaper at the belly button line. If the diaper is too big for the baby, you can start with a little fold at the back, and this will also help the teeth of the snappy, which I'll show you in a minute, grip onto the diaper. Then you're going to fold in the 2 sides and bring this up the middle of the baby between their legs. Then you want to fan out the sides and bring the wings up around either side. Lastly, you're going to use something called a snappy, which has little teeth and will hold the diaper in place. Over top of the diaper, you're going to place a diaper cover. There are lots of different brands and materials, but they're all roughly waterproof or water resistant. You can also, in the summer, just wear these as pants. And you just want to make sure that there's no cloth sticking out the side that will get their clothes wet. And there you go. Now I'm going to show the fitted style, which looks more like a contemporary disposable diaper. It has tabs and a thicker pad down the middle as well. goes up between the baby's legs, and you just bring the tabs over and pull on your snappy. Generally, the fitted style comes in 2 different sizes, whereas the pre-fold style comes in usually 4 or 5 different sizes, so you're able to customize a lot more. As your child gets over and is sleeping overnight, you may find that you need to add a doubler, which is an extra layer of absorbency into the diaper, and you'll just lay it on the middle of the diaper, either on the inside or the outside, and do the exact same fold. And this just makes it a little bit easier at nighttime to get through the night. So there are, generally speaking, 4 stages of poop with babies. The first is called MECONIUM, which is a dark tarry-like substance. It's quite sticky. This will be the first couple of days of your baby's life and is very easy to wash out of cloth diapers. The second stage is when they're on a predominantly milk or milk and formula or just formula diet. If your baby is receiving predominantly breast milk, the poo will be a little bit sweet in smell. And if it's predominantly a formula fed baby, it'll smell a little bit more. This poo is very, very liquid and is generally the color of mustard. This poo is also very easy to wash out of cloth diapers. The third stage is when you've started to introduce solids to your baby's diet. And at that stage, the baby's poo will start to change a little bit. It'll start to be a little bit stickier and tend to be a little bit more solid. At this stage, a lot of parents like to add something called a liner. A liner is a piece of bamboo viscose that can be thrown into the toilet. It essentially looks like tissue paper or a piece of toilet paper, and they place it on the diaper just as a way to easily contain some of the mess. At DiaperKind, we do not recommend using anything like a spray wash, which is an attachment you can put on your toilet to spray down the diapers. The reason for that is that water soaked diaper will tend to lose its absorbency and retain its shape less than a diaper that you just wash in your washing machine. The final stage of a baby's poo is when they're on a predominantly solid diet in their toddler years, and their poo will look like, you know, just a small version of your own poo. And at that point, you're going to want to plunk that poo into the toilet. You don't want that running through your washing machine or sending that back to a service. There's a couple of things that you need to keep in mind when you're cloth diapering in terms of supplies. The first is that every time you change a cloth diaper, you do not need to change the cover. So you only need to buy a handful of covers to go with your cloth diapers. The second thing to keep in mind when you're cloth diapering is that you always want to use diaper creams that are considered cloth safe. So this means avoiding creams that are made out of things like cod liver oil or petroleum, which are not water soluble and really difficult to get out of cloth diapers. You want to look for things that are either labeled cloth safe or that are made out of things like coconut oil, which are water soluble and much more easy to wash out of cloth diapers. You don't want to put your cloth diapers in a plastic bag. This creates an environment where you can have mold grow, which ruins the diapers and makes them much less absorbent. What you want to do is put them in a fabric bag. If you're using a service where the industrial machines are able to get to a really, really high temperature, and they're using a different detergent, you should be able to keep your diapers for 1 week. If you're washing at home with a standard domestic machine, you're going to want to wash your diapers every couple of days in order to avoid mold and keep your diapers absorbing as much as they were. The last thing to discuss is diapering on the go. And what I always say is that diapering on the go with cloth diapers is just like diapering on the go with disposable diapers. The only difference in the things you need to bring with you is a small bag to bring that used cloth diaper back home with you to put in your pail. So you're going to want to bring a small to-go bag, or in a pinch, you can use a plastic bag. Just don't leave it for too long in your diaper bag or leave it overnight. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Ashley, for having us as part of Birthsmarter. If you have any questions about cloth diapering, please feel free to shoot us an email, or you can find us on Instagram. And I hope this tutorial has made you feel really confident about choosing cloth diapering for your family.